did not lipstick up before this, or lip gloss up before this. Why does they say live chat currently unavailable? Is my computer working too hard right now? I think my whole computer is just like sick of me. And I have a new background, but y'all, like, hold on, like, I can't even see what's going on. I'm frozen on my end. Down bad, y'all. I say this every time. It says encoding over, and consider turn down your video settings for a faster encoding preset. Well, hey everyone, welcome to the No Bull Podcast. I'm your host Brianna Bull, and I'm bringing you everything basketball. Well, welcome or welcome back. I have my loyal people here in my community, and without you, I'd still keep going. Just kidding. I appreciate you though. Okay, so I wanted to go live really quickly this morning. It's very new for me to go live this early. I wanted to go live even earlier, but I was like, I'm still kind of getting into the groove of all this, okay? But I'm loving it. I'm loving this space. You see, my live chat is currently unavailable. Sorry, you can't speak to me right now. But I hope you are enjoying this new like setup, background, whatever I'm gonna call it I have going on right now. Y'all like it? I'm gonna probably switch it up again and again and again until I find what I really like and what works. But right now, I was playing around on Canva yesterday, and this is what I came up with. And I dropped my iPhone 12 this morning, so the screen's cracked a little bit. But today I'm supposed to go see about my iPhone 16 Pro, see if the guy fixed it. So there's that. But stay tuned. It's only up from here. You know what I mean? It's only up from here. All right, so we have a jam-packed, well, not jam-packed agenda, but as you can see, on this side, you can see on this side, we have a WNBA recap of the games last night. Then we're going to talk about that. Oh my God, I spelled Aaliyah's name wrong. It's supposed to be AA. We're going to talk Aaliyah Edwards. And then we're going to do Friday matchups. So let's get into it. Just remember, if you know bull, you know ball. Okay, let's hop in. So the matchups last night, we had the Chicago Sky versus the Atlanta Dream, and Atlanta Dream won. Oh wait, before I get into that, I put my Cashapp right here. Please, whatever you donate is going back into this podcast. Obviously, you see I'm going through it. So I'm gonna eventually get a better computer, a better mic, changing my background up. I am not a Dallas Cowboy fan, but if you are, there you go. This one's for you. A football thing when I'm only talking basketball is hilarious, but you know, we're here right now. A better background, and what else will I do with it? Just upgrades on upgrades. It's all about, I just want to talk basketball. It's not about the money per se, but whatever support that I have early on is just going to set the tone for the future growth. And my day ones, y'all been here since the beginning. I really appreciate you. I hate that you can't like comment, but you could drop a comment below maybe, but you can't live chat right now, which sucks. Anyway, and it's not listed here on this like agenda thing, but I do have a special surprise that will happen later today, and I'm really excited about it. So, without further ado, let us get into today. So, like I was saying, Chicago Sky lost to the Atlanta Dream. 86-65. Oh, excuse me. But I'm going to talk about some standout players on both teams. But the main person I want to focus on is Camila Cardoso. And let me show you what I have a question for. And it sucks. It really sucks that y'all can't live stream right now. I might stop streaming and come back or something. And I always do that. But what the heck? Sorry, live chat is currently unavailable. Like, what? Wait, before I do that, let me do... Yeah, we're going to go like this. Okay. So, you see, right now, we're in our WNBA recap. We're going to recap the 3 games that happened last night. Starting with the Dream versus the Sky. So, before we get into that question I have here on the screen, I want to just do a quick breakdown of what happened last night. Atlanta came out slow, but turned all the way up in the second half. After trailing going into the break, they hit the gas and never looked back. I mean, that third quarter was ridiculous. I think the largest lead of the night was 21 points. And I mean, that Sky defense, they just look confused. Their perimeter defense, I'm concerned. It just looked like there was always someone open for the 3. Why are we leaving Jordan Canada open at the top of the key for the 3? With Ryan Howard gone, I mean, even before Ryan left, Jordan was still a threat on offense. But since Ryan has been gone, Shorty is on go. I think last night Alicia Gray led scoring, and she literally could not be stopped. I understand why everybody loves watching her play. But if it's not Alicia, it's Jordan Canada. And if it's not Jordan Canada, it's Brianna Jones. You feel what I'm saying? It's nasty out there in them Atlanta Dream streets. Chicago actually looked solid though in the first half, and I do want to celebrate that. They were moving the ball, hitting shots with Ariel Atkins. Camila, oh my gosh, her court vision is insane, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. That's why I got that question up there. And they kept Atlanta off their rhythm, but once the Dream was like foot on necks, it was foot on necks, and the Sky fell apart. And we know this about the Chicago Sky. They are just not a good team, unfortunately. I'm not saying it like we got Rachel Banham, great player. You know, I'm not saying they don't have good people on their team. That's not what I'm saying. But as a unit, as one, concerned for them. Okay, so pretty much so in the first half, let me look real quick at that first half stats. So by halftime, Atlanta was trailing 34-28. But then I don't know what was said in the locker room at halftime for the Atlanta Dream, because they came out into the third quarter and went on a 10-0 run. And Jordan Canada was the one that gave them that. Jordan had made it double digits, I think, like 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. So like it wasn't until the fourth quarter we start to see the lead really grow. But in the third quarter, they came out the gates, and I was like, uh-oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for Atlanta. I mean, it's a wrap for Chicago. But even though Rachel Banham led them with 18 points, I want to primarily focus on Camila Cardoso. But before I get into that, I will wrap up about Atlanta. Alicia, obviously, like I said, in her bag, had 25 points. She was smooth, efficient, confident. We know that about her. She's an all-star. Jordan Kennedy was everywhere. Shorty was scoring, rebounding, assisting, hustling, Like, what did she not do? She had steals. Think she stole the ball? Hell yeah, she had 3 steals. She only had 1 foul, 2 turnovers. Her plus and minus, she was plus 16 last night. Actually, a notable, everybody in the Atlanta Dream starting lineup was plus last night. Brianna Jones plus 9, Naz Hillman plus 16, Alicia Gray plus 12, Jordan Canada plus 16, and Tihina Papayo was plus 24 points. And then we can even go, actually their entire team last night was plus. Nia Coffey was plus 14. Kamina Smalls and Taylor Tahiri only played 1 minute, but they were plus 3. And then Shatori Rocker, who had notable 16 minutes, 7 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds off the bench, was plus 8. So the whole team was showing up and showing out. This is a team that's like, we can have 2 of our best players out and it don't matter. I just think like Jordan Canada, she continues to give that steady leadership that the team needs. And she's probably moving up to be one of my favorite point guards. I think I had already put her in my top 5 the other day. Did I? She definitely in my top 10. She's averaging on the season right now 11 points, 3.6 rebounds, 5.9 assists. She's shooting 39% from the field goal. But you know what? That's okay. She's shooting 28% from the 3, and 75% from the free throw. Her regular season average versus her career stats, it's not really too far off, but she's a perfect fit for this current Atlanta Dream team, and I definitely expect to see her bring a lot to the playoffs. A lot. She's one of those players, if she goes down, I think they still be all right, but you would definitely see a impact on their team as far as energy for sure. And then again, I do want to point out Naz Hillman really quickly too, and then we'll get into Camila. But although she was 1 for 7 from the field, Naz, I just think she's she's getting better this year. And we see her, she was coming off the bench at one point. Now she's back. She's in the starting lineup. I mean, obviously they don't have Brittany Griner, but Brittany, if I was Brittany, I would be concerned for myself because Naz has been showing how consistent she could be and how effective she could be on the rebounds. Her and Brianna Jones are just so killer. This Atlanta Dream team is scary. I'm just saying, they got the backcourt, the front court, the depth. They got the energy. I just want them to have a better coaching system. But, you know, I've been saying that. We're not going to spend too much time on that. But it's looking like Naz could potentially be that 6th man of the year. And that's what they were saying. And I was agreeing with it. I'm like, okay, Naz. Okay. Now let's talk about Chicago in this question. Reese gets the headlines, but is Cardoso the more complete player? I did pull up, I went to my handy dandy stat muse, as I am one to do, and I pulled up Camila's stats versus Angel stats for this 2025 season. I sure did. And I want to talk about it with y'all. Abso-freaking-lutely want to talk about it with y'all. Okay, so Angel. Hold on. Let me exit out of this. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. My CPU is at 35% usage, so like I don't understand why the chat wouldn't be displaying. I try to hit a refresh. Oh, I refreshed it. Okay. Let me try to check the chat. Oh, okay. Let me check the chat. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just had to hit refresh. Okay. Henry T. Hurley Jr., welcome back. Say hey, bull. Sahid, welcome to the chat. I'll name this YouTube later. Glad to see you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Who else is in here? Sea Gazer, welcome back. Oh, I'm so glad to see y'all. Y'all are my faithful returners. Man Down Sports, Mel. Big Mel, big dog. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so let's continue to talk about this Angel Reese Camila Cardoso. Okay, so we have, and like when I'm looking at these stats, like they're kind of close, but depending on what you value in a player, you might start looking at this and you might start like side-eyeing a little bit. Now, Camila had her CBA contract, and Reese has been out the past 3 games. So we're all going to take that into consideration. But even after all of that was said and done, these ladies have played a considerably same amount of games, where Angel has played 26 or 23, and Camila has played 26. So I want to put that out there. This isn't like people can say, oh, well, Angel's hurt right now, blah, blah, blah. No. Because remember, Camila was gone for a little bit. So we have Angel Reese. She played 23 games, 31.7 minutes, while Camila has played 26 games with 26.1 minutes. And when I was watching Camila yesterday, I was really impressed. As we read these stats, you're going to see that Camila doesn't take as many shots as Angel, but we have to factor in Angel's rebounds. And how often, yes, she is a better quote-unquote rebounder than Camila. But if Camila was throwing up the BS that Angel throw up sometimes, I'm pretty sure Camila will get her own rebound as well. You feel what I'm saying? She's bigger size-wise. But Camila doesn't play that way. She takes less shots. She's more calculated with her shots. And I think that's where, for me, it's setting them apart right now. Each of them. So Angel's averaging 14.2 points per game, while Camila's averaging 12.6. Angel's averaging a double-double, so she has that 12.6 rebounds per game, and Camila is averaging 8.2. So she's 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Mind you, that last night was Camila Cardoso's 6th double-double in a row. 6th double-double. And then for field goal percentage, again, field goal to 44.4% from the field. Now, neither one of these ladies are 3-point threats. We see Angel taking a lot more threes. Camila's taken 1 3 this entire season. She kind of knows her place with that. And I love how Angel is taking more threes, or willing to take more threes. But that doesn't mean that they're good shots or that she should be doing that. So, I mean, I want her to get better. It would be awesome if she could hit the 3. But it ain't happening this year. And so 44% field goal with Angel, 52.3% field goal with Camila. Like, I need y'all to really think about this. And their shot differential is only by 2 shots per game. So I really need y'all to take a moment and think about this. I was looking at both of their last 5, their entire season of like shots taken, attempted, because averages are just averages. And Camila doesn't take as many shots as Angel. But from a big man perspective, unless you're Asia Wilson or Aaliyah, who actually had a terrible game last night, but still, like, Camila versus like them taking all these shots per game, like Angel's had to do that, but also I feel like, has she? I don't know. Now, obviously, she's out rebounding her defensively, but their offensive rebounds are very close. Camila has 3, while Angel averages 3.9. But defensive rebounds, Angel's 8.7, while Camila's 5.3. Again, that makes a lot of sense to me. This Chicago Sky team really does attempt to transition because they know they'll get exposed in the backcourt. So everybody's going, while Angel's left by herself to grab these defensive rebounds. I'm just saying. Like, let's really think about this. But still, despite all these averages, guess what their total points are altogether for the season? Angel Reese has scored a total of 326 points, while Camila Cardoso has scored a total of 328 points. Total points. And Angel is shooting almost 8% lower. I'll say almost 10, but 8% lower of a field goal percentage. Let's look at assists. Now, Angel has way more assists than Camila. But I think the assist that Angel gets versus the assist that Camila gets is just a conversation. Watch the game. Camila just has this court vision. She's hitting people backdoor cuts, high lows, hitting the guards. You can trust her at the top of the key with the ball in her hand. Whereas though Angel gets the ball at the top of the key, I'm a little nervous. Just saying. But Angel's definitely a way better defensive player. She has 34 steals while Camila has 10, and she's quicker, more like moves better and stuff like that. But Angel has a total of 92 turnovers while Camila has 62. I'm just saying, like, when you really look at the stats and you watch them play as players, I'm almost starting to wonder, like, the media really be hyping it up, man. I'm just saying. I think Camila's a more complete player. But Angel's going to continue to get the headlines that she gets. But, you know, we here to talk basketball. Who would you pick up on your team? I'm taking Camila. I see some people in the chat disagreeing. That's okay. This is a space where we all have our own opinions, our own thoughts, our own mindsets on the game. And I appreciate everybody's input. I see certain people changing their mind, certain different thoughts, and that's okay. Jay, welcome to the chat, Jay. I feel like it's my first time seeing you, but welcome here. You said they need to trade Angel. Why do you think that? Why do you think Chicago Sky need to trade Angel? For the sake of Chicago or for the sake of Angel? And then build around Camila. I just think Camila reminds me of like Zubac. You feel what I'm saying? And I love Zubac. I love me Big Zoo. And like Camila, mind you, y'all remember this season, I think the career high that Angels ever had was like 18 points maybe, and I could be wrong about that. Actually, I could pull it right now. But Camila's season high was 27 points. Shorty, and that was the 1-3 she hit that game. I remember that game. It was like she was just unstoppable. And I feel like, I don't know, man. I'm not hating on Angel. This is not no hate on Angel at all. Not hating on nobody. But when I look at these two big players on this team, and I really start to break it down on their efficiency, their consistency, and their reliability, I'm taking all three of those and I'm giving it to Camila. Angel Reese season high this year was 24 points. She had a couple 20-point games to start the season, but she has since teetered down. The last time she scored like 17 was against the New York Liberty. She played 31 minutes. She shot 65% from the field that game. I just need her to get more consistent, y'all. I need her to get more consistent. I need her to be more reliable and to just like continue to improve her game. That's all. And I'm not saying Angel can't be great, but I need to see more love to Camila, man. Let's give a little more love to Camila. Is Camila lazy or is she just big? You feel what I'm saying? She not lazier than Brittany Griner. Y'all know how I feel about Brittany. She not lazier than Brittany Griner. She played more minutes than Brittany Griner too. And I feel like she not lazy, she just slow. They got to get her a little more in shape, man. Let's get her a little more in shape. I'm just checking the chat real quick. All right. So, just to wrap up on this low-key maybe hot take, I want to see, first of all, they fired Tyler Marsh from Chicago Sky. Let's start there. Rebuild your front house and then develop your front court bigs. Let's start there. You have solid guards in Rachel Banham, Ariel Atkins. I'll even say Kia Nurse. Who else? You feel what I'm saying? Vandersloot when Shorty come back. Like, y'all just build up on Camila, okay? Let's show some love to Camila. Big Zubat. That's Zubat. Okay, let us move on. All right, let's see what we got up. Next matchup last night was, I can't wait to talk about this one, y'all. I can't wait to talk about it. Okay, hold on. All right, you see that? Okay. Last night we had the Los Angeles Sparks visited the Connecticut Sun. And Los Angeles Sparks hosted the Connecticut Sun. My bad. Their colors are kind of low key. I don't know. Anyway, hosted, and they beat them 102-91. Now, if y'all were like me, I was concerned from them. I don't even think they started getting a lead until like the third quarter. I almost was like, oh my God, Sparks, don't do this to us. We was just hyping you up. We need you to make this playoff run. We want to see you make it to the playoffs, Sparks. Come on. Like, I'm so excited about this LA Sparks team. They look like they're starting to play like a real team. And they have energy. Now, their defense needs to improve for sure. There's no question about it. And when I mean defense, I mean they're off the screens. Their ball, what's it called? Like on ball screen defense is terrible. They when they chase around, they're too slow. And their big man doesn't really move to kind of give that like show and go type of defense, which doesn't make sense to me. I guess because they're not too confident on their ability to stay in front of the player. And then if they go under the screen, they just read it wrong. They just need to work on their on-ball screen defense. And they also need to continue, like I've said, work on their transition defense. That has not shifted from one game to the next. And if they continue to focus on their defense, they will make a deep playoff run. I'm calling it. Like, I don't know about y'all. If you've been watching this LA Sparks team, I'm getting excited. Okay, so let's see. We had, I want to focus on the Connecticut Sun first, and then we'll end with the Sparks. So Connecticut Sun, we saw Bria Hartley come alive, 6 for 13, 4 for 8 from the 3. So she shot 50% from the 3. She had 16 points, 3 assists. And she was one of them giving them a problem off this on-ball screen. It just was really hard for them to stop Bria with the 3 there. And then, obviously, we see the same thing from Tina Charles. She obviously is their best player. She tries. Now, we did see Marina Mabry come through. She was 6 for 20, 5 for 10 from the 3. So they were shooting very well, and I think that's what definitely kept them in the game for sure. And she had 19 points. Now, one thing I do notice, though, the refs last night were going stupid. They were calling so many fouls, but it's still, like, the Connecticut Sun didn't even really get that much opportunity to go to the free throw line, and while the LA Sparks did. And I think free throw points always kind of set a game apart that's so close like this game was. I mean, it wasn't super close, but 10, was it 9, 12 points, 11 points? Some of that comes down to free throws, you know. But for the most part, if you got two people, like the Connecticut Sun just take a lot of shots. Every game I watch them play, they just shoot so much. A lot of shots for them to be losing. But they had explosive people off the bench hitting that 3. So, like, for the Sparks team to be good 3-point shooters and the Connecticut Sun team to be good 3-point shooters tonight or last night, we saw a lot of threes made and trading baskets. So that was really, really fun. At one point, I did want to pull up how much ahead. So, yeah, that's where it was. So, Connecticut Sun and LA Sparks first quarter was pretty even. Second quarter, even as far as, like, scoring-wise. And in the third quarter, the LA Sparks started to run away. And then by the fourth quarter, they obviously closed it out. But it was, like, pretty close scoring for the most part. But let's talk about the LA Sparks, because y'all know me, I don't really care too much about the Connecticut Sun, aside from their recent trade with Aaliyah Edwards, and we'll talk about that coming up next. But yeah, I don't really. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to those women. Shout out to the 3-point percentage that they made, though. Shout out to that. They have shot 44% from the field, from the 3-point land. Great job, ladies. Okay, so let's talk. First, let's start off with Miss Julie Almond, or Alamand. Is it Alamand? They said her name so much last night. Shorty had a triple-double. She had 10 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. 10 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Come through, Miss Julie. What I love about Julie is you still see, like, Kelsey Plum obviously is their point guard. Don't get me wrong. And she has amazing court vision. But I see with Julie in the game, they kind of move Kelsey off the ball, and she gets a little more comfortable in her shooting bag, which that's like what she did in college. You feel what I'm saying? And that was really pleasurable to watch. I like that dynamic for sure. So you got Julie, Kelsey. Then you got Miss Rickea Jackson, who last night she got one of the best boards. It was like 3 Connecticut Sun player. She got this board off her own. Now that's a me bound that's shout out worthy. It was so tough. It was just like, how did you get that rebound? She didn't even box nobody out to get it. She just reached up, said, huh, and then went back up for the putback. But she was 6 for 12 from the field goal, 3 for 5 from the 3 with 20 points. And I saw a comment someone had said, like, why not Rickea shooting a lot more or making this her team, like she's as good as Paige Beckers or something like that. And I saw that comment and I was like, I think Rickea wants to be like that. But again, the team that she on, it's tough when she takes what she takes when she gets hers. I think for Rickea, she's like that player. If you're down by 2, she's going to score the bucket to put you up by 3. Like, that's the type of player Rickea is. And I think that's what makes her so special. And then you have Azare and De'Erica down low. And obviously Cameron Brink coming off the bench. They're still monitoring her minutes. And from her, she was 0 for 6 from the field goal 2 games ago. Not last night. Well, last night, and then not the night before, but the night before that, she played earlier this week. She was 0 for 6, but last night she was 3 for 4. So we saw better production from Cameron Brink from a point perspective. And she was kind of quiet everywhere else, but she still got 2 blocks. To me, Cameron Brink next year, I'm picking her up on my fantasy team. You keep getting 2 blocks. Right now, A'ja Wilson leads the league in blocks per game with 2.5. But let Cameron Brink finish out this rest of the season. And we'll see Miss Brink be number 2, if not number 1, by the end of the season, possibly. I'm just saying. She been blocks at least 2 per game. If you betting, put her for at least 1 or 2. Okay? But yeah, so De'Erica Amby, 8 for 11, 5 for 6 for the free throw. She had 4 assists, 5 rebounds. What I say the other day, put De'Erica for maybe 3 assists. Her and Azare have this high-low that is just so unstoppable. But she had 4 fouls. So whenever I see that, I get concerned. Rickea Jackson, 5 fouls. Like, these ladies be fouling. How much Kelsey had? She only had 1. I'm surprised. Let me see what the chat's saying. I've been rapping y'all down. Let's see. Someone said Dexter Fuqua is just not feeling anything I'm saying. Like, calling me a troll, cursing. We don't really be cursing here. We don't be saying the F words and stuff like that. If you don't like what I'm saying, then just leave. You feel what I'm saying? We don't be doing that. All right? Relax. We're just talking basketball. C Gazer said LA Sparks now ties with GSV, a tough race to the playoff. RJ, to the person that says she's smoking, no, she's not smoking. She knows what she's talking about because Camila is a more rounded player than Angel. So agree with her build around Camila. RJ also said absolutely, and the more Cameron Brink plays, the better the Sparks are going to get. I agree. Let's see what else y'all was saying. Random dude, welcome to the chat. Azare is now the 3-point leader in the W. Now, last night she took 7 of them things. Do we want Azare shooting that many threes? I'm not mad at it. I don't know if I want her shooting 7 though. I don't know if I want her shooting 7. 3 to 5 per game. I feel like it's an Azare sweet spot. You feel what I'm saying? But overall, as a team, they were 11 for 25 from the 3-point line, and they shot 44% from the 3 as a team. And that's great 3-point shooting. Their field goal percentage as a team, they were 35 and 62, shooting 56.5% from the field. These ladies are hooping. So, I also want to shout out to Ray Burrell, because you notice she gets at least 20 minutes per game. She was 3 for 5 with 9 points. I think she, again, is just energy, explosive, everywhere on the court, doing all the little things that may not make it onto stats. It's like, this all brings me to this question. Is this the best version of the Sparks we've seen all season? And can we contribute that to Cameron coming back? But even before Cameron came back, we started to see these ladies get in sync for like, we just seen it. We've seen it come alive. They had their moments, but now have they figured it out? Could they make a deep playoff run? Could they shock us all? Why not if she makes her threes? I mean, yeah, I guess all right, I know how the basketball has changed, right? We got like Nikola Jokic. We got big men who are centers shooting threes. Even they got Wemby shooting threes. So I get that's how the game is right now. Is it one of my favorite evolutions? No. I'm a little more traditional. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm a traditional girl. But I like when I see big men shooting threes, or even Chet Holmgren. You feel me? I don't want them to lose themselves in the value that they bring in other places, just sticking to shooting, settling for the 3. That's all I'm saying. I love seeing it, but I just hope they don't settle for it. If it's open and you coming down off a thing, but don't be like Miles Turner. Like, that's one thing about Miles Turner game that frustrates me. And I'm comparing NBA, WNBA right now, but that's kind of like what I'm going off of, because there's not too many big women in the league shooting threes like that. So it does set Azure apart, and that's really, really cool. But, you know, let's just see it. I'm going to monitor it. That's what I mean. I'm going to monitor it. But, yeah, I love this LA Sparks team. They're becoming one of my favorite teams. I'm excited to see what's going to happen for the standings. Let's look at the standings. Someone said that they tied with Golden State Valkyrie. And so if they tie with Golden State Valkyrie, I'm going to look at both their schedules coming up. Okay. What's up, Dame? Welcome to the chat, bro. It's been a little minute, man. Glad to see you. Glad to have you back. Okay. So, we got... Yep. I don't like how ESPN break it down. I don't really like that. Time is it? 10:46? Okay. Let's look at the standings in the WNBA. I like that. I like the WNBA website very, very much. Okay, so we got tied for 8th and 9th, I guess, is Golden State Valkyrie and Los Angeles Sparks with 14 and 15. Then we got the Las Vegas Aces at 16 and 14. And Ajab's been hooping. I mean, there's other women on her team also hooping, but she's definitely the driving force for keeping them alive here in this playoffs. But you got to be top 8. So we'll look at Golden State's upcoming schedule, and then we'll look at LA Sparks' upcoming schedule, which I think I was looking at the LA Sparks schedule, and I don't think they have a hard schedule coming up here. I think it's pretty decent. Let me see. Let us take a look. First, we'll start at Golden State Valkyrie. Okay, so they just lost to the Las Vegas Aces. I think they play tonight. It just won't load. Yeah. Oh, no, they play tomorrow. So they play tomorrow against the Los Angeles Sparks. Let's go. That's going to be a crazy game. And it's hosted at the LA Sparks. So they got back-to-back home games. Whew. That game's going to be great. That game's going to be so good. Random dude said, Sparks will pass the Fever and Aces. Eric Suckling said, I think YouTubers need to actually start talking about the lawsuit that's about to happen because it's potentially going to destroy the W. And I think Eric is referencing that Wall Street Journal article that came out regarding Caitlin Clark and this civil rights suit. And I hope that that does not do anything because Eric's right. I really do think that it could harm the W right now. They're in their expansion. They're already like... It just would be the worst absolute time for this lawsuit to happen. And just while they're starting to just get their bearings, I think it would really hurt. Because you talk about civil rights, then obviously regulations are going to change. You change regulations, you change the game. It's gonna get nasty. But people are probably gonna start talking more about that. But anyway, let's talk ball. Talk basketball. Stay in good spirits right now. All right. We got Golden State Valkyries versus the Los Angeles Sparks. Then on Monday they're gonna play the Connecticut Sun at the Connecticut Sun. So, oh wait, no. I'm sorry. This Golden State Valkyrie versus Los Angeles Sparks is a home game. I'm sorry. So Golden State will host the LA Sparks, and we all know how great Golden State's fans are. They're insane. They're really good fans. And then you got them hosting again the Connecticut Sun, which I think puts them at an advantage for sure. Then they travel to the Washington Mystics, which if I got time, I might go see that game. Not gonna hold y'all. At the Washington Mystics, then the Chicago Sky, then they play the Atlanta Dream and the Phoenix Mercury. That kind of brings them through. No, I'm not going too far ahead. That puts them into this week and next week. So, like I said, Sparks, Sun, Mystics, Chicago Sky, Atlanta Dream. I'm concerned for them with this Atlanta Dream team. I don't know about the Chicago Sky team. I don't know. Because the Golden State Valkyrie have not been playing that well. They kind of are looking, they don't have Kayla Thornton. They just got Tiffany Hayes back, and Monique Billings went down. And Kayla and Monique were crucial pieces to this team. And I think they're trying to figure it out with their players off the bench, and they're just kind of trying to get their groove back. So I'm a little concerned for them. But let's check out the LA Sparks, and then we'll move on from this topic. Okay, so schedule for this LA Sparks team. If I keep doing this, I'm gonna start a fire. Okay, so they have, like I said, Golden State Valkyrie. Then they play Seattle Storm, New York Liberty, Dallas Wings, and then Washington Mystics, and then the Dallas Wings again. Then they play the Phoenix Mercury and the Indiana Fever. They got a tough schedule, this LA Sparks team. And honestly, although I'm excited for them, I'm excited even more to see how they match up against these teams that they most likely will see again in the playoffs. They're definitely going to see the Seattle Storm, and they're definitely going to see the Phoenix Mercury. And then if they manage to make it past that and all the noise, man, this is going to be good. This is going to be real good. I'm excited. This is a great time in the WNBA. Come on now. This is going to be good. They got, and they're going to be hosting Seattle Storm and hosting New York Liberty. And New York Liberty right now does not have Breanna Stewart, but that low-key seems to not matter for them, as Jonquel Jones, Sabrina, Natasha, and they don't have Kennedy Burke either. So, but all that doesn't seem to really matter to them because they still managed to beat the Minnesota Lynx. No, they managed to beat the Dallas Wings, but that's not such a big deal. But we'll see. We will see. Yep. Someone says Sparks have a very tough schedule. But since this is the best version of Sparks we've seen all season, I'm not concerned for them. I'm more so like anxious in anticipation. I'm eager to see what's going to happen. All right. So let us move on to the final matchup that we had last night, which was the Indiana Fever versus the Phoenix Mercury. Now, the Indiana Fever got blown out by the Phoenix Mercury. They lost 95-60. And their top stars were struggling. Natasha Howard had 7 points. 3 for 6 from the field, but 7 points. Aaliyah Boston had 4 points. I think she went scoreless until the third quarter. I think she made 1 field goal by the third quarter. Kelsey Mitchell, 12 points, 4 for 17. Obviously, their best player right now. Been their best player. She was 1 for 6 from the 3. And I already know why they struggled last night. And I'm curious to see why y'all. Oh, wait, I put it on here. Could the Fever size actually hurt them in playoffs? This Phoenix Mercury team is so big that I felt bad for Aria McDonald. They was putting Aria in the post, y'all. In the post. Shorty could not stop them. What was her name? Makani? It was bad. Their size they're hurting. And I said this the other day. If the front court are down bad, which they were last night, and they weren't even down bad for like foul reasons. I mean, Aaliyah had 4, but they were just down, like they're too small. Now, Sophie Cunningham has been hot. We'll give her that. And again, she got her start over Lexi Hall. But I don't know if this is messing with Lexi's head, but they need her to get it together. I don't know if it was smart to take Lexi out the starting lineup if she gonna be playing this bad. Did they take her out because she playing bad, or is she playing bad because they took her out? Is it because Sophie was just doing better shooting and they wanted to just keep that momentum early? Let me see what y'all saying. So he said, my heart yesterday broken. That's a Fever fan right here. Eric said, Mitchell can be so cold and ineffective. The Fever really struggle without Clark as a playmaker. Fever are really short. They're small, and I'm nervous for them. Now, bringing Clark back, she's a little bit of a bigger guard, but she still is not the best on defense. So she can get beat, definitely get beat. But for size purposes, sure, could she match up better against like a New York Liberty team or a Phoenix Mercury team, or even a Seattle Storm team. Now, they managed to do really well against the Seattle Storm. That's a whole nother conversation. But we just keep talking about team after team after team. And the Indiana Fever is probably one of the smallest teams in the league. Definitely. Now, random dude said that the Fever played the Storms, the Sparks, and the Mercury in 1 week. Sure, we can consider that they had a hard schedule, but what do we think it's going to be like in playoffs? I mean, all the teams that they played was West Coast teams. If we look at the East Coast Conference, right, and who they have to match up against, it's the New York Liberty, and then who's number 2? The Atlanta Dream. And the Atlanta Dream versus the Indiana Fever. When's the next time they play each other? I can argue that this Atlanta Dream team, in their current state right now, are they looking better than this Indiana Fever team? With both their big stars out? Let's talk a little more about stats, because you know how I love my stats. And we'll stay with Indiana Fever right now, and then we'll go to this Phoenix Mercury team, who I'm up and down about them. I'm biased because of Alyssa Thomas. Shout out to Maryland, but we'll talk about it. We got Aria. I'm not really gonna talk about her, but again, Sophie Cunningham. I said she was a hot hand. She was 5 for 8 from the 3. 18 points. I think this is like maybe her 3rd game in double digits scoring wise. She's been doing great, and obviously she always contributes in a lot of areas, but she still is sometimes a wild card when it comes to making smart decisions on offense, as she has 4 turnovers. So I love her energy, though. Don't stop with the energy. And in Lexi Hall, even though she didn't start, she still played more minutes off the bench with 27 minutes. 0 for 8 from the 3. She had 6 rebounds. She was right behind Boston in rebounds, who had 9. Everybody else had under 3 rebounds. They got out-rebounded 44 to 32. They had 32 rebounds as a team. $20 team turnovers. And now we can almost wrap this up. They shot 23% from the 3-point line, 34% from the field goal as a total, and they shot 53% from the free throw line. They obviously were struggling with scoring, but if we look at how many shots they even attempted, this isn't a team that took enough shots that they usually take and actually hit them. They could not find a groove against this Phoenix Mercury team. They were too big. Too big. And that's a problem. It's a problem. Okay, so Phoenix Mercury, let's move on to them, because they had awesome. We finally kind of see DeWanna Bonner actually do something. This is I think her 3rd game with the Phoenix Mercury, 3rd or 4th. I've been underwhelmed. But last night against the team that she just left from, she managed to do a little something. She had 7 for 16 off the bench. She had 23 points off the bench. And she played 24 minutes. So I'm not trying to hate. She was 2 for 7, 7 for 7 from the 3. Free throw. She had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. They just couldn't stop her. And it looked like she was trying to get some stuff off her chest. The way she was hooping against them. She had to get that off. She was like, at one point. And Bonner was talking big crap too. Big crap. If I was Indiana, I'd be sick. And I had saw this like one little clip of them on the red carpet, and they were like, who talks the most crap in the league? And people said Alyssa Thomas. So you got Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner talking big crap. I'd be pissed. Speaking of Alyssa Thomas, MVP candidate. She was 7 for 16. She had 23 points, 7 rebounds, only 1 assist last night. And for a while we saw her kind of be like the point guard for this team. And what I love about the Phoenix Mercury is I noticed they change up their offense a lot. Like a lot. Like will you just I wonder if they're kind of struggling to find their identity offensively because they have so many options. of how they can do this, or are they doing it based on the team? I appreciate the Phoenix Mercury coaches. I think they just had like a huge investment in their front office. I think they have a solid front office. But yeah, and she shot 8 for 12 from the field goal. She only missed 4 shots last night, Alyssa Thomas. But a double-double. Oh, wait, 10 assists. I was looking at the wrong thing. She had a triple-double last night. I'm tripping. I was like, 1 assist. I was looking at Dawana. My fault. I was looking at Dawana. But yeah, she had a triple-double last night. And 3 steals. Her plus-minus, she was plus 32 last night, y'all. That's sick. They're leading they're number 2 behind Minnesota in the standings for the Western Conference. But this Phoenix Mercury team, their 11 losses, some of the losses are questionable, but when they're on, they're on. And like, for example, they got Sammy Whitcomb coming off the bench. I need her to get her 3-point shooting up a little bit more. You know, that's her specialty. It's a little bit more, Sammy. I need to see just you make a little bit more. But as a team, they shot 94% from the free throw line. Only 1 miss last night from the free throw. And then from 3-point land, they shot 34%. And then we got as a field goal, they shot 44%. So they were 34 for 77. Almost got 100 points, though. And we know in the WNBA, getting 100 points is a big deal. Someone says, so he says stat padding a triple-double. She's staying in the game when they're up 30. I feel like Phoenix Mercury runs their offense through Alyssa. So I was having a conversation with someone, and they were talking about, like, is a team a good team if they build their offense just around one player? Because if that one player goes down, then what will their offense look like? You feel what I'm saying? So that was a conversation had. And you're right. Alyssa plays in a considerably more amount of minutes than the rest of her teammates. She had 30. The next up was Kayla Cooper with 27 minutes per game. And then everybody else was 23 and below. 24, 23 and below. So that is a huge shout out, huge call out, and something that we maybe have to monitor for sure. But overall, I just again, this plus and minus for this team is crazy. They're playing like a playoff team in their current state. And if Minnesota Lynx was fully healthy, who would y'all have win? Minnesota Lynx or Phoenix Mercury? Both teams are healthy. Because right now, Phoenix Mercury is fully healthy. There's nobody sitting out right now for them. Whereas though we know what's going on in Minnesota right now. Dame said Mercury probably, but both are good. And then Sahih said Link is busting him. So we got 2 people saying 2 different things. Eric said Mercury. Seagazer said Mercury if Fever do not sign new player. We love the Fever stands. Random Dude said Lynx are more balanced. They have a lot more weapons. A lot more weapons. I don't know. Because like a Bridget Carlston, right? Versus like a Satu Sabali. I don't know. Because Bridget just does one thing. And they have their 1 3-point specialty person coming off the bench. I think that says a lot. Think about that. And with Dawana, kind of finally, even though she's coming off the bench, seems like she likes what's happening there. I don't know. And then Courtney Williams for the Minnesota Lynx versus Just look at the matchups, though. Let's talk matchups because, like I said, Mercury are huge. Courtney's tall, kind of big, but she gonna guard Alyssa Thomas? I don't know. Hold on, let me fix this. Anyway, but to wrap this segment up, could the Fever size actually hurt them in playoffs? Abso-freaking-lutely. That was my biggest thing here. Is I'm concerned for the Fever size. If they're not making their shots and their big men aren't suffering, then what do they really have? What's really going on with them? They just got exposed last night. And the team's going to watch that film and they be like, you know what? We could send some of our guards down there to post them up too. Matter of fact, let's do it. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe the Seattle Storm can watch what the Phoenix Mercury did against the Fever and actually learn something. They seem to struggle against the Storm against the Fever for being such a big team. Like, come on. All right, here's what it comes down to. Kelsey, RJ, welcome to the chat, RJ. Here's what it comes down to. Kelsey KM's plus-minus night was minus 39. Enough said. CC is the game. Is CC. She's the whole chessboard. Kelsey Mitchell, CC only. She's the basket. Oh, okay. So Kelsey Mitchell's the backboard and CC's the basket. And I'm the basketball. I'm just kidding. Fever's dropping in the standings without a point guard. I mean, Aria McDonald, I don't want to, yes, last night was rough for them. But, Aria McDonald, I don't want to take away from Shorty and everything she's contributed to being that point guard presence for them since Caitlin's gone down around the same time she got to the team. So, yes, she's 5'6". That's my height. We're, the same height. 5'6". Shorty, 5'6". She, this season, is 9 points, averaging 9.8 points, 2.4 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 1.3 steals. She's averaging 2.3 turnovers. So her turnover to assist ratio is decent. She's shooting 30% from the 3-point land and 78% from the free throw. And all of this is way better, considerably better than her entire career. So these last few games she's played, she shot really well from the field goal line, kind of really well for a guard. She's around 45%. And then from 3-point land, she's shooting really well too when she actually takes the shot. So I ain't gonna say Aria can't be that point guard that they need. Is she a high level point guard? No. Is she even in my top 10? Absolutely not. She's probably in my top 20. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think she's hurting the team. So I don't want to throw Aria under the bus and be like, oh, they don't have a point guard. She's doing good. And you saying she got tunnel vision. I just think she's a system player. I think the Indiana Fever have this specific system. I think their team is tunnel vision offensively in general. And when you watch their offense, they don't really expand themselves. It's like Stephanie just wants them to be really good at the one little things that they do. And I don't know if that's helping or hurting them. They do the same weak circle cut thing at the top. Aaliyah sets this quick screen. Sometimes it's not even that big of a deal. Then she cuts down low. They might give it to her in the seal. I don't know. Natasha Howard, her little give and goes. And then Kelsey Mitchell off the screen, knocked down. It's the same thing. We don't see too much in their offense. Yeah, Sahi said Aria is the biggest blessing for the Fever this season. Thank you, Sahi. Yes. I agree. She came at the perfect time, man. The perfect time. But I mean, I keep seeing a mix of things, and then we'll wrap up with the Fever, and we'll move on to Aaliyah. But Aaliyah Edwards, I just think what was I about to say? I keep seeing a mix of things. People are saying they play better without Clark or they play better with Clark. I keep saying I was watching a podcast, Man Down Sports. Shout out to Man Down Sports. They were talking about their top 10 in the WNBA and who's ranked, and Caitlin was number 8. And it was a huge debate how she shouldn't even be on the list. And it's just like, I'm starting to see a huge divide in whether or not she is capable of being the superstar everybody knows that she is based on her season this year. And honestly, I don't think she's having a terrible season aside from the injuries. Without injuries, what was she averaging? 18 points per game, 8.2 assists per game. That was like the highest assist in the league. And Natasha Cloud was behind her at 6.5. Look at that margin of assists. Now, maybe Kelsey Plum and Alyssa Thomas might have moved up since then. Since the last time I looked at it. I gotta look at it again. But I'm just saying, like, we be giving Caitlyn a hard time, man. Hard time. Stay Fly, welcome to the chat. Thank you. I want to shout out Stay Fly 912. Stay Fly was my very first ever Cash App donation. So I just want to shout out to you. I appreciate your support. You'll forever go down in history for me as the first. You know, like when a business opens and they get their first like dollar bill. That's like you. You like pinned on my wall for real. My mental wall though. That actually sounds crazy. All right. Anyway. Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. Could the Fever size actually hurt them in playoffs? Overall consensus for me is yes. But we are going to see it because they are a wild card team. And with Caitlyn back, will she come back? That might be another segment question. But will she come back before the playoffs, or will they wait and just bring her back when playoffs start? Because I don't think they're going to drop that far down in the standings. I don't even think it's physically possible for them to drop that far down. Well, no, I think I'm being a little dramatic. It could happen, but a lot of other things would have to happen for that to happen. For them to like just be completely knocked out of playoffs. They're not that bad. You know what I mean? So, okay. Let's see. All right, so we have Aaliyah Edwards trade. This was the final trade before the deadline, and I'm going to check SpotRack. The deadline was yesterday, August 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time was when the WNBA trade deadline wrapped up. And we saw, now, it's not like the NBA where they got 36 or 38. How many teams they got? 32? 36? They got over 30 teams in the NBA, while this WNBA team currently has 13. All right, they're going to have 15 next year, but 13. Not only do they have 13 teams, they have a hard salary cap, meaning whatever your salary cap is, you cannot go $1 over it. Whereas though in the NBA, if you have a soft salary cap, you can go over a couple dollars. Also, they have a hard no first round pick draft trade rule where you can't go over 2 years ahead. So if you are the Dallas Wings, for example, and you have a 2028 first round pick, you cannot leverage that as a trade. They don't let you do that. Your trades have to be 2027 in this current state or below. All right. So there's not too much wiggle room to make trades and stuff right now in the WNBA. It's not as heard of as it is in the NBA. So they only, even considering the deadline, they didn't make, not that many teams made that many moves, but there were some big notable ones that had people going like a side eye. Just for a quick recap, if you've been behind on what's the big ones, we know Brittany Sykes was traded to the Seattle Storm for Alicia Clark, who is now with the Washington Mystics. Then we had Dejanay Carrington was traded to the Minnesota Lynx for Diamond Miller and Carly Samuelson, and now they are with the Dallas Wings. And then we had some waiver drops, some releases, like Zaya Cook. Unfortunately, she got the boot with Alicia going there. That's a champion we're talking about. 3-time champion, I believe, going. So they had to let Zia go. Oh, no, she was traded, or was she waived? Yep, she was waived. Yep, she was waived. And Skia Cone was also waived to make room for Alicia. But now we see another move from the Washington Mystics, who obviously are on this rebuild, along with the Sun. And we see Connecticut Sun, well, the Washington Mystics traded Aaliyah Edwards to the Connecticut Sun for J.C. Sheldon. So we see another forward big trade. Oh, I said the same thing. We see another forward guard trade happening. And also Connecticut traded with the first round pick. So they traded, they let go of they got a first round pick from the Washington. A 2026 first round pick, by the way. So the Connecticut Sun got Aaliyah Edwards in a first round 2026 pick when J.C. Sheldon went to the Mystics, which, I'm kind of surprised that they let go of another big, but I'm not so surprised because they want to focus all their energy rebuilding this front court with Kiki and Shakira. So that makes a lot of sense. I can see that. That makes sense to me. But to let go of Aaliyah too, to me, that shows that they kind of want to see a little more value in their backcourt. Because now you got Sug Sutton, Sonia Citron, J.C. Sheldon. Who else? Who else I'm missing on their guards? Let me look at their team. Kiki, do you love me? It's a lot to keep up with, y'all. It's a lot to keep up. I be trying. And I live by the Mystics, so I'll go to their games. It's fun. They had too many. He said they had too many power forwards. C Gazer said because Suns own the first round pick in 2026 is now in the hands of Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky have made no offseason moves whatsoever. So we don't know what the heck are they doing right now. They struggling. They could leverage Kia Nurse, Rachel Banham. Do they want to get rid of them though? Probably Kia maybe, but what kind of value are you going to get just getting rid of Kia? No offense, Kia. I love you dearly. Let me look at that roster real quick. Okay. Oh, Jade Melbourne. Sorry, Jade. I'm so sorry. I forgot about you. And then, I forgot they got Georgia Moore. Blah, blah, blah. But, she don't really play. And then you got Emily Engstler. Forgot about her. They still got Stephanie Dawson. Oh, they got Lucy Austin as a guard. I'm just naming people that barely play at this point. I mean, I'm looking at this Mystics team. I can't believe they got rid of a first round pick, man. I guess. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like what they did. Yeah. I don't know if I like what they did. But for the Connecticut Suns, I think they definitely won because Aaliyah Edwards in her sophomore season was not doing that well with the Mystics. They just weren't really using her. Now, if she goes to this Connecticut Sun team, she might just get some pointers from Tina Charles. You feel me? She might just become a better player. And it looks like they want to be tall, the Connecticut Sun. Don't it? It look like they're like, yeah, we want to be a big team. That could end up being the trend. I love seeing how teams start to make trends towards certain things. Like in the NBA, I feel like it's a trend now. You don't want to rely on just your stars. You want to have depth. You want to have a lot of people on your team doing a lot of the same things. That seems to be the trend right now. So, and all of them doing it well. Let's see what this roster looks like for the Connecticut Suns. What time is it? Oof. Okay, so we have Marina Mabry, Olivia Nelson, Bria Hartley, Sanaya Rivers, Ooh, Tina Charles. Ooh, yeah. Aaliyah Edwards. Yeah. I like that. I like this a lot. Okay, sons. I'm digging it. Y'all digging it? Depth is king. I think JC might be the second best 3-point shooter behind Azare. Can you imagine Sonya Citron and JC lighting it up from the 3? Sheesh. That could potentially put what's the name's Slick Sutton's assist up. That might, you know what? If Shakira Austin can get a little more composed down low and keep her composure, because on the double team down low, especially in the short corner, she struggles. I think that's like the key to beating her. But if she can just stay a little more composed down low and make smarter decisions and passes, I think this team could be nasty. They got the hustle and the grit. You know, I'm not going to knock that. I just think with all the moves making as a whole, I feel like each team is leveling up. And it's exciting. Except aside from the Chicago Sky, I'm not going to sleep on them. But right now, I'm kind of concerned for them. But all these other teams, even the Connecticut Sun with the worst worst record ever right now, I think they're making elevations where next year's season is going to be so dope. And we're going to bring on 2 new teams. So this year we saw the Golden State Valkyrie inaugural season. And next year we're going to have 2 more teams to watch for. Sick. It's exciting. This is the perfect time now ever to really invest into the WNBA. Don't sleep on the WNBA right now, bro. I was asleep. I was all the way sleep knocked out. I woke up. I said, oh. Knocked the dirt out my eyes, dust the sleepers out my eyes. I was like, oh my God. All right, I'm awake, y'all. I'm here. I won't sleep on y'all no more. Okay. I think it was a good move for the Mystics. They chose Kiki and Shakira over Aaliyah. So we're gonna see what that investment looks like. And it might have just been a better fit for them and the energy and the direction they want to go. And the Connecticut Sun team, I think, are going to welcome Aaliyah with open arms, and she might end up even thriving more there. They probably will use her more. And from her freshman year to her sophomore season, I'm excited to see what her third year pro will look like, because I think it's going to be night and day. It's going to outshine both seasons. Okay. And then obviously we always like to wrap up talking about tonight. I love talking about it. I love talking about the games tonight. Let's see what's on the docket. While that's loading, I'm going to move this over. Okay, so Friday night and we're feeling Oh wait, no, if you Baltimore, you know this song. I'm gonna dance my pain away. I got problems. Dance my pain away. Come on, y'all. I know you know that song. Whoa, whoa. I literally just gave it away. But who's it by though? Okay. Okay. We have 3 games tonight. We got all of them. Oh, no. 2 of them are out of conference and 1 in-conference game. So 2 of them start tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We got the New York Liberty at the Dallas Wings. So this is the 3rd time they've seen each other in the past week and a half. And so far, they're trading wins. Dallas won the first one, and New York Liberty won the second one. Who's going to win this third one? Right now, they got the betting odds at -7.5 for the New York Liberty and +7.5 for the Dallas Wings. Now, when I watched that game, I think Enrique had just came back. Let's note that. And Bree Stewie and Kennedy Burke was out. And obviously, to me, Dallas Wings has a great franchise with all these moves that they're making to elevate their team, especially for next year. But this year, I think New York Liberty got them beat on coach. I think they have one of the best coaches in the league, and we saw them make adjustments heading into that second game there, and we saw a lot more. We saw a lot more from Jonquel, from Natasha, and from Sabrina. And then there's one more person that actually did decent, and I'm forgetting about them. Oh, and also we're starting to see Stephanie Talbot. You know, she was on the Golden State Valkyrie, and now she's on this New York Liberty team. She's been showing a little bit of stuff here and there. Think she fits a little bit better with this team. The Golden State Valkyrie, when they had all those players go for CBA, it seemed like they kind of were relying on Stephanie a little bit too much. Whereas though this New York Liberty team does not rely on her that much, and she kind of fits better. That makes sense. But yeah, let's click into this game. Right now, New York Liberty sit at the top of the Eastern Conference with a whopping 19-10 record. And the Dallas Wings sit at the bottom of the Western Conference with a 8-22 record. Hold on, y'all. We loading. Bear with me. Bear with me. I accidentally clicked onto the FanDuel site. Oh gosh, we don't want it. We don't want to see that. Okay. Like I said in the previous matchups, I'll give you the scores for those previous matchups. It was 82-92 when they played each other at the end of July, and the Wings won by 10. And then they saw each other 3 days ago. Earlier this week, the New York Liberty beat the Dallas Wings 85-76. New York Liberty leads the league in 3-point field goals made per game. Shout out to Sabrina. And then the Dallas Wings lead the league in offensive rebounds per game. And we got standout people like Lee LaRue, who's actually been coming off the bench. I don't know. Let's see who now like starts for them. So many people to keep up with. Oh, Louisa Gisler-Dor. Am I saying her right? Oh, and Maisha Hines-Allen was out last game too. Let's see if they have the projected starting lineup already. Sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't. It's too early in the day. Okay, they do. All right. So here's the projected starters. For the Dallas Wings, we're going to have Louisa Gisler at the center. Paige Beckers, obviously. Haley Jones, Arike, and JJ Quinierly. Now, notable for this Dallas Wings team, again, it's not just the Indiana Fever that's small, but this Dallas Wings team seems to run, I wouldn't say they're small, but they're guard heavy, where this starting lineup projecting has 1 center and 4 guards starting. But that doesn't stop amazing players like Paige Beckers from getting at least 6 rebounds per game. So I'm not saying that, but JJ Quinierly, shorty is small. All right. I'll tell, but she can get a bucket. And you hear me talk about her a lot. She could score the ball so well. The pockets that she finds are insane. And I'm excited to see her just get better and then pour into this budding team. Now, Paige Beckers is on the injury report with a back injury. So she is GTD. We might also go to the ESPN injury report just in case. You feel me? We got to check multiple sources here. And then for projected starters for the New York Liberty, you have Jonquel Jones is back at the center. Emma Messiman also in the center. We got Leonie Fibic I'm so sorry, I'm butchering their names. At a forward, Natasha Cloud and Sabrina Ionesco. Ah, man. It's looking like New York Liberty might take this one. Despite Kennedy Burke is out with a calf, her estimated return date so far says August 11th. And then we have Breonna Stewart out with a bone bruise in her knee. We have an estimated return date for her is August 27th. So we all know that the season ends in September, I believe 19th, possibly. Don't quote me on that. The regular season ends in September 19th, and just 3 days later, they will begin their playoff run. Wrapping it up here for the WNBA season in October. Okay, let's look at this injury report if it loaded. We at an hour 25. Perfect. Okay. So we have Yep. Same thing. It's the same thing on ESPN. They may have pushed a day later, but they do say in the comment section that Stewie is expected to return to the floor in late August. And then again, Kennedy Burke will miss probably the rest of this month. She probably won't be back until playoffs because calf strains can be pretty serious. And then for the Dallas Wings, we have Paige Beckers. It says is questionable for Friday's game against Liberty, according to Grant Asfef of the nexthoop.com. And questionable, if it's me and I'm the Dallas Wings coach and we're losing already and we already beat the New York Liberty this season, despite them being the top of the East Coast, bro, I'm sitting her. Paige, you can go ahead and take several seats. But that's just me. And then, it looks like Maisha Hines Allen is officially listed as probable for the game tonight. And that's actually a good sign. So I would just sit Paige, let Maisha start Maisha, or let her play because y'all need to go big anyway. You see what I'm saying? Against this New York Liberty team, y'all need to be big anyway. So that's what I would do if Maisha was good to go, and I would sit Paige. And then we got Taisha. Again, Tasha, or just Tasha, I'm not sure. She's just out for the rest of the season. So, all right, well, I got New York Liberty winning, especially looking at that injury report. I just got them winning. Okay, let's go on to the next game. See what the chat says. Move Peace, welcome back, bro. Salute. Okay, so I saw something. If you're small and learn how to box out, hustle over height every time. Hustle beats everything. Against New York Liberty last game, she did. She had a decent game. I think they played her 17 minutes. Y'all talking about the links. Seagazer said Dallas have two centers, the German lady and Chinese lady. I'm not supposed to be laughing at that, but that's hilarious. Someone random dude said Paige get hurt a lot. I agree. It looks like a lot of these new young people coming up just stay hurt, man. Something's in the generation water. It wasn't like how it used to be back in the day when they actually used to punch each other in the face and stuff. They were good. You don't see now. It's like players live on the IRs. I thought technology was supposed to be more advanced. I don't know. Conspiracy theorists. I'm being shady right now. I'm being a little shady. They soft, man. It wasn't like how it was back in my day. Okay. So my second matchup tonight is the Washington Mystics versus the Minnesota Lynx. Washington Mystics allows the lowest opponent 3-goal percentage, while Napheesa Collier of the Minnesota Lynx leads the league in points per game. And again, this is just the need to know on the WNBA website. I always love reading those so that we could kind of just have a need to know about each team. Sometimes it's fun to see that. But it's a little irrelevant considering Napheesa will be out. But the last time these two teams played each other was earlier last month in July. The Minnesota Lynx beat the Washington Mystics 92-75. And then June 24th, 2025 was the last time that they had seen each other. And I had called this game. I said the Mystics would win, and they in fact did. They won 68-64. Now, keep in mind, when they played the Minnesota Lynx back in June, Napheesa was still out. She had missed like 4 games by that time. And the Lynx weren't doing that well. So keep that in mind. Like, and Brittany Sykes was out. So it wasn't like they had Brittany Sykes or whatever the case may be. No. So I do want to point that out. While you might think, this Lynx team just came off that win against the Storm, I still think that this is going to be a good game tonight. Just based on what has happened in the past already. So let's take a look and see if they have their projected starters up here. Yeah. And I don't think Jace is gonna play tonight. JC, I don't think she's gonna play tonight. She could possibly. And like I said, they got Dejanay now. So it just looks a little different for them. She's taking on a lot more of that load now that Napheesa's out. They can kind of be a little lighter with Dejanay on their team. And she might actually match up really well against Shakira Austin or Kiki. Probably Kiki. Dejanay versus Kiki. It's going to be nasty. But, okay, projected starters for the Minnesota Lynx. We got Jessica Shepard, who just came off that 13-rebound domination against the Seattle Storm. I mean, she could not be stopped. And I'm curious to see what Shakira Austin's going to do against her. I think size-wise, Jessica got her beat size-wise. Like, she's just kind of stockier than her. But Shakira is definitely aggressive, and she's going to put up a fight. So it's going to be fun watching them play. But Jessica might be slightly more composed. They might have a slightly better offensive system for themselves. But we're going to see. Then you got Bridget Carlton at the forward, Alana Smith, Kayla McBride, and then Courtney Williams. For the Washington Mystics, again, Shakira Austin at the center, Kiki Irfan at the forward, Sonia Citron, Jade, and Sug. Jade Melbourne and Sug Sutton. I like that. Y'all like that? I don't really like Jade, but, you know, we gotta live with what we gotta live with. Let me see. Eric Suxling said Mystics win by 6. Sheesh. Eric also said JC's definitely playing tonight. Jay said, who do I have winning the chip as of now? As of now, it's probably between... And this is like... I think I have a couple different thoughts in my head for like winning the chip. It could be the Phoenix Mercury. It could be... Depending on if Napheesa come back. I have hope in the Minnesota Lynx because I think they just have the best coaching system out there. I got hope in them. I want to see Stewie come back for Liberty and her play a little bit more with John Quell and stuff. So I like them from an East Coast perspective. And then I'm also, don't sleep on the Sparks. Just don't sleep on them, man. And then Atlanta Dream too. It's tough. It's tough. Who do I have winning it all? If the Atlanta Dream can finish and close a close game out and stay consistent, they are a very scary team. But the Phoenix Mercury seems to have it all right now in every type of capacity. So, and even though they had those tough losses early on, I still kind of got hope in the size and depth and specialties of that team. They're specialists. Like, they got people in every single position, and that's like their specialty, and they do it really well together. So, it might be a West Coast team. I really think it might be a West Coast team. But I wouldn't be surprised if like the Dream did a little song. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah. So for tonight's game, we got Courtney Williams versus Sugg. I don't know. They might put Kayla McBride on Sonya and put Courtney on Sugg. But they playing small right now. The Washington Mystics are playing way too small right now. I don't know if I like that. Alicia Clark, is she going to play tonight? Possibly. They might really need her to play. Now, on this injury report, it says Napheesa Collier is out and her expected return is August 18th, but that is the WNBA. Let's look and see what ESPN says. Napheesa ankle will miss at least 2 weeks due to a sprained right ankle, so nothing's been updated for a return date except for they put August 19th. And then for Mystics, where are they at? JC Selden has been ruled out tonight, so she won't play tonight against the Lynx. And then Georgia Amore, she underwent her ACL injury, so she's out for the rest of the season. I'm getting hungry, y'all. What time is it? Yep, we're about to wrap this up soon. Oh, and Jessica Shepard, ankle, game time decision. If Jessica don't play, the Mystics might got a chance. I ain't finna hold you. But that's crazy because the injury report for WNBA says Jessica Shepard, but it does not say that on ESPN. See, that's why you gotta look at both, y'all. You gotta look at both. Oh, no, it does say that. But she's probable. Okay, I'm sorry. Jessica Shepard is probable. Okay. I ain't tripping. What y'all saying? Yes, make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, that pretty much for tonight's games wraps it up here. Again, this Washington Mystic game is gonna be on at 10 p.m. I mean 7:30 p.m. Oh, my fault. There's one more game. My fault, y'all. My bad. And last but certainly not least, tonight's game probably going to be the key marquee matchup tonight because this is West Coast in-conference teams battling for their spot in the playoffs. They're both 16 and 14, so they're tied for, I think, 4th and 5th right now in the seeding. We have the Las Vegas Aces hosting the Seattle Storm, or Las Vegas Aces at the Seattle Storm. No, they're hosting the Seattle Storm. So this is the prime game tonight. So need to know, Seattle allows the second fewest opponent 3-point field goal attempts, while Las Vegas Aces rank 6th in 3-point field goals attempt. So we're going to see how that plays out. The last time these two teams, they've seen each other 3 times this year so far, as again, they share the same conference. But we got back in May, the Seattle Storm beat the Las Vegas Aces 102-82. And then in June, the Las Vegas Aces came back and handed the Seattle Storm a 75-70 point win. So they beat them by 5, or handed them an L. I'm all tongue-tied, y'all. And then we had in June again, they saw each other like 2 weeks later, and the Seattle Storm beat the Las Vegas Aces 90-83. So it looks like they've been trading wins. Based on their track record, the Las Vegas Aces are up to win, but can we trust in Jewel Lord? Can we trust in Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, to actually show up and hoop? What about Alyssa Smith? I feel like they slept on her when she first came onto the team, and now they're realizing, no, we actually do need her. And we most certainly can't sleep on Aja. Will NECA be able to stop her? Let's take a look at these projected starting lineups and possible injuries. Man. All right, so They do not have their projected starting lineups for today. Well, we can look at the injury report. So it looks like Brittany Sykes actually might play tonight. But on ESPN, I think it said, let me see. She's day to day and there's no comment. She's supposed to return today. So we might see a Brittany Sykes debut today. She's definitely going to come off the bench. I don't see them just starting her right away. I feel like Erica Wheeler could possibly still start and bring Brittany off the bench to see how she integrates with the team. And then Tiffany Mitchell, she did exit the game versus the Lynx. She didn't return with a lower leg, but right now she's listed as day to day. And then Katie Lou Samuelson is just out, so she not gonna return until next year. But yeah, so Brittany Sykes, Tiffany Mitchell possibly could play today, but definitely more so Brittany Sykes could possibly play today. And then for the Las Vegas Aces, the only person out right now is Cheyenne Parker. So she's expected to return back in September. I think she's on CBA. Eric asked if I'm live streaming watch parties. No, I have not done that. I don't even think there's a platform I can watch the video from, and especially not tonight. I'm gonna talk about that next, what I am doing tonight, and I can't wait to share that with y'all. But yeah, so this Seattle Store team, I'm pretty sure they're gonna start Sky, NECA, Gabby Williams, Erica Wheeler, and who's their other big? Oh, Ezzy. I'm sorry, Ezzy. My fault, Ezzy. They actually might start Alicia. Or they'll start Ezzy and then play Alicia more. What y'all think? Because Alicia last time they seen each other, she played 27 minutes. She was 0 for 4 from the field, though. Only 2 points. But they got a lot of usage out of her. She grabbed 6 rebounds. 2 assists. But she had 4 fouls. 2 steals. I don't know. Ezzy. Okay, so Ezzy played only 18 minutes. She was 1 for 1 from the field goal, 2 for 2 from the free throw, and she only grabbed 2 boards. 4 points. I don't know. But yeah, that's their possible starting lineup. And then for the Las Vegas Aces, obviously they're going to start Aja Wilson, Kia Stokes, Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd, and Chelsea Gray. The Aces might actually win this game tonight. Now, watching them play the other night, I was watching them so hard, I didn't even watch the other team play. Golden State Valkyrie. I barely watched them play because they were kind of hard to watch play. I feel bad right now for Veronica Burton and Tiffany. But I was looking at this Las Vegas Aces team, and I'm like, why are y'all struggling this year? And I think I came to the conclusion, and then also Kirsten Bell, she played a lot last game against Golden State Valkyrie, but Aaliyah Nye, I just feel like something going on with Chelsea, something going on with Jewel. And it's killing my vibe. Like, they just look slow. They're a slow team. They're really, really slow. And they don't look like they defending champions. I don't know how to explain it. I was like trying to look to see what is it for them. You know, they take good shots from the 3. Their shot selection isn't terrible. They're huge. Like, they're stocky guards. Like, they're big. So I guess it just begs the question, like, what's the problem? You know, I haven't put my finger on it. Do y'all know why? Do y'all know why the Las Vegas Aces having such a terrible season? Or maybe they just don't care about the regular season, and then they're gonna start to turn up in the playoffs. You know, that's a possibility. Can happen. I can see it happening. But yeah, despite them having a terrible season, they still managed to sit 7th overall in the standings, and they're tied right now with the Seattle Storm for 6th. So right now we got Minnesota Lynx is number 1, New York Liberty and they 25-5, New York Liberty's 19-10, Atlanta Dreams 19-11, Phoenix Mercury is 19-11. So we got two of them tied for third and fourth. Then you got the Indiana Fever who's 17-4, and then the Seattle Storm and Las Vegas Aces. Depending on who wins this game, they will end up tying the Indiana Fever with 5th overall. So it's a lot of ties right now. My goodness, there's 1, 2, 3 ties right now. If you include the Golden State Valkyrie and Los Angeles Sparks, tied for 8th and 9th. That's crazy. So this could be good or bad for the Los Angeles Sparks and Golden State. Either way, it could be good for them. Now, if we're looking at their lose streak and win streak, the highest win streak right now in the league is the Atlanta Dream, and they're on a 4-game win streak, followed by the Los Angeles Sparks, who are on a 3-game win streak, and the Minnesota Lynx, despite losing to FISA, is on a 3-game win streak. And then behind them, it's the New York Liberty on a 2-game win streak, and the Las Vegas Aces as well is on a 2-game win streak. Here's the thing. The Seattle Storm is on a 3-game lose streak. They are trending downward right now while the Aces are trending up. So this is a game where it's like, are the Las Vegas Aces out of their slump? And will the Seattle Storm continue to fall in the rankings? Or will the Seattle Storm turn it around against these Las Vegas Aces and remind everybody they were just 3rd overall in the league? And now they're 6th. Oh, no. They were 3rd in their conference. Wait, let me look at the conference view real quick. Yeah, they're still 3rd in the conference. They're tied with Las Vegas Aces, 3rd and 4th. We gonna see, man. We are going to see. They're pretty much even on home and away records. I think the Seattle Storm could come back and beat the Las Vegas Aces tonight. They got a vengeance, and the type of players they have, they don't give up. And we love seeing Gabby Williams in action, Erica Wheeler, and I want to see Brittany Sykes tonight. I'm excited for that. So yeah, I'm excited. I got the Seattle Storm winning tonight. Eric, sorry, not Erica. I was thinking about Erica Wheeler. Eric said, Aces don't move the ball, no playmaking for other players, very selfish team. When they're on, they're good. When they're struggling, their record's 53-point loss. Yeah, with the Olympian and the MVP. I will say they have had the most embarrassing blowouts of this season. One of them recently was to the Minnesota Lynx. Very embarrassing, losing by 60 points. And not even score. You lost by more points than you actually scored. That's embarrassing. So you're right. I got Seattle Storm women tonight. I still got hope and faith in them. Do I think it's enough for them to make a deep playoff run? No. But I do think they will outshine this Las Vegas Aces team tonight. But we shall see. We shall see. All right. Now for my final announcement. Let me move this back up to this. Yep. Okay. For my final announcement tonight. For the first time ever for me, this is kind of big for me because y'all know I started this the month before last. So I started this June, like the middle of June, maybe June 17th. I don't remember the very exact day, but I started this stream off 3 views, and those 3 views were friends that I was sending it to. I've only done live streams. I haven't posted any videos or uploaded anything. Y'all have seen my growth. You see the changes I've tried to make over the past month. In July, I took a little hiatus. But when I came back swinging. This week is my first week back after being gone in July for other commitments. But when I came back, I was then, I guess I would say I was recruited. But I wouldn't say I was recruited. I was invited as a guest on the Man Down Sports podcast. So I've been invited to speak on their panel. I should have, maybe I can like tag it down low in the comments or change the description. But yeah, tonight I will be on the Man Down Sports panel, and we're supposed to go live. I believe we're going live 7:30 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. Just depends on when we actually go, but around that time, no later than 8 p.m. Eastern time, we will be going live, and I will join my first ever panel in this space, in this community. So I'm excited. We're going to be talking about great topics. I'm not going to give those topics away, but I'm excited to see, you know, what they have to offer, what I have to offer, how it all like vibes and, you know, moves together. And this will be my first collab ever. So that is why I also went live this morning, because I won't be going live tonight. I didn't go live last night. So yeah. What y'all think about that? Yeah? Excited for me? I'm excited. I'm grateful too. I'm grateful. I was talking to God about it, and it seemed like we're aligned right now, as of right now. So I very much look forward to that collaboration. So be sure to tune in, and then depending on how everything goes, I might just end up uploading that video as my first ever upload. Who knows? I don't know. But again, tune in. I'll probably make a post to just like put it out there or remind you. So make sure you subscribe. Hit that follow button, that subscribe button, that like button, the notification button, whatever button. Hit that, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll go live too. I don't know. It's all like, I'm just going with the flow, okay? I'm really excited. Well, this has been, oh, look, Man Down Sports just commented, so go ahead, you see Man Down commented, so go click on his channel, and you go subscribe to his channel. That's Mel. Shout out to Mel. And you'll see tonight the panel go live. They go live every Friday night. They have a amazing panel. I've been watching their videos a lot, so I'm just very much looking forward to vibing, talking sports, talking basketball. And but yeah, so thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate everyone. I even appreciate that guy earlier who was calling me a clown or whatever he was saying, a troll. He was cursing. He was clearly upset, very passionate about the game of basketball. We love passion, we do. So shout out to him. But we got to be respectful with our passion. You know, it's just how, it's called being a human. That's an inside joke. But yeah, grateful for everyone, my day one fans, people who come back every single day. I really love y'all, appreciate y'all. I just, words can't describe my gratitude. So thank you. I hope you have a great day. I will see you later, right? I'm going to see you later. I better see you later. Okay? Yes, you. I better see you later. As always, if you know bull, you know ball. And till next